Hey guys, Aaron here from Intune Music. Today we're going to learn how to do a proper lip trill. Alright, so what is a lip trill? For those of us who have never done a lip trill before, so it sounds and looks like this. We usually would go from low to high or in a fixed scale, for example. So what are the benefits of doing this lip trill apart from having numb lips or even swollen lips? Lip trill is really useful, firstly of course, to warm up the lips, to loosen the lip muscles. So that's really important when we are looking to pronounce words better. Okay, so another function of lip trill is of course to warm up the voice. So a lip trill is a really good warm-up exercise because we're not actually singing out loud yet. We are just keeping the sound within the mouth. And of course, another good point is that when we're doing the lip trill and we go through the musical scales that we do the lip trill with, our oral awareness will improve, our pitching will improve, our vocal dexterity will also improve. Okay, so after hearing all these benefits about lip trill, are you excited to do your first lip trill? Lip trill is it's an easy exercise, but it's also not really an easy exercise. It really depends on the state of your lips. Some people have very tight lips. When they do the lip trill, they do this. Poo, poo, poo. So they end up pronouncing the word poo instead of doing a. So that's usually a sign that the lips are trying to pronounce something too hard because you're trying so hard to get the lips to vibrate and it's not really working. You end up pronouncing a word instead. So in a lip trill, we want the lips to be in a relaxed state so that it can vibrate. Alright, so in order to do an effective lip trill, we have to first learn how to pout.
Are you serious?
Okay, so why do we need to learn how to pout? Because when we are doing a lip trill, it's useful for the lips to be slightly protruded so it is easier for you to do the vibrations of the lips. Alright, so it's easier than if you don't protrude the lips. We find that it's really hard to get them to vibrate. So some people might say what you can do is also put fingers at the sides of your mouth to support the mouth muscles. You can do that too, so if it helps to just hold the muscles up so that it's easier for you to do the pouting. Some students find it useful, some students don't find it useful. So you guys got to try it out and see whether it helps. Of course, don't do it so hard until your lips can't even move, right? And don't squeeze the lips so hard as well. Okay, so you're just gently supporting it. So another issue with the lip trill is that some people tend to use more breath than is required. So what happens is this. It could be very forceful. And they end up pushing a lot of air through that. I'm not going to push so hard because I'm afraid that the mic will pick up too much of the breath noise, but you get the idea that a lot of people use a lot of breath to try to keep the lips vibrating, when actually we can use just the right amount of breath in order to just keep the lips vibrating like a small little motor of a boat. Okay, so just very, very gently and using just the right amount of air in order to draw it into vibration. So as I mentioned, the lip trill is a really good vocal warm-up and it's usually used in combination with a few musical scales. So you can do, if there's a simple one, you can do do, mi, so, mi, do. So we could do. Alright, and then we move one semitone up. One semitone up. We just keep going through our entire range. So we can of course do other scales. We can do a major arpeggio. Or we could do a minor arpeggio. Or we could do a more advanced 1.5 octaves scale. So when you're using a lot of breath to do the lip trill, there's a problem that you could be spitting a lot of saliva. Just generally, you don't want to spit saliva everywhere. So this is not advisable because a lot of saliva will come out. So just regulate the amount of air that you use when you're doing the lip trill. Just make sure that you're not spitting saliva like. Alright, so another pointer that I have for you today is when we're doing a lip trill, we want to go for a solid vocal tone rather than a breathy one. So I know it's very tempting when we're doing a lip trill because of the amount of air that we're using. It's very tempting to do a breathy tone. So you might do this. But that doesn't really do very much for our voice. In fact, it trains it to become breathy. So later on, you might end up having a very breathy singing tone. So we want to start with something that's more solid so that later on when we're singing, we have the vocal tone that is required for us to sing strong. So we want the voice to be solid, and also because when we're doing a very solid tone, we end up using less air, and so we can tone down the amount of breath that we use for the lip trill. So I hope you guys have fun practicing the lip trill. Don't worry about whether it will make your lips swollen, because some of my students have asked me before, teacher, what if my lips start getting thicker?
What if I get sausage lips? It's very itchy, it's very ticklish, my nose starts to feel funny.
I would say these are just some things for you to get used to. Of course, you might feel some vibration here, and that contributes to the ticklishness, but definitely your lips won't become thicker. It's not that easy, otherwise everybody will be doing lip trills if they wanted thicker lips. You can't get swollen lips from doing this unless maybe if you're doing lip trill from morning to night without stopping. Okay, but otherwise it's a relatively safe vocal exercise, and it's also very kind to your vocal folds as well. Alright, so thank you for watching, and if you have any feedback or comments for us, please feel free to leave them in the description and comments below. So I will see you in the next video of this Sing at Home series.